Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Birds at the Rodeo. I'm Eric, your residential Eagles fan.
I'm Orlando, the resident Cowboys fan.
And again, this is Birds at the Rodeo podcast, episode 12 at this point.
A dozen of them things.
A dozen, right? We got a lot to get into today. Not necessarily about Dallas and sense of prospects on this season, but just what transpired Monday night. Rumors happening swirling around Dallas and the coaching gig. I'm sure you saw some of them. Obviously, Philly played a big divisional game against Washington. We'll dive deep into that. And there's a lot going on in the league, man. In terms of New York, there's turmoil in New York right now for football, all across that great state. And so somebody is up for the Hall of Fame who I think is absolutely undeserving of it. We will dive deeper into that in a little bit. But, hey, man, how you doing, man?
Doing all right.
You doing all right?
Can't complain. Trying to, advance monetarily outside in my personal life at work. Always it's a rat race, guys.
It's a rat race.
You got to get to that cheese.
New day, new opportunity, man.
Exactly.
New day, new opportunity.
How about you? How you been feeling?
Honestly, I'm overcoming a cold right now. I think it's definitely allergy season. We're recording this on a Wednesday. I did not go to school or I did not go to work Monday and Tuesday, full disclosure. So I apologize if I sound raspy. Catch me drinking water. My throat has been like super parched for the past 3 days. So I'm fighting something, man, but I'm here. I'm alive. I'm blessed. And man, let's get to it.
Well, I just want to say we're recording on Wednesday because I was still currently dealing with some car issues. Got off work yesterday and came out to a big old flat tire with a nail in it.
Had a nail stuck in that thing.
But shout out to Discount Tire and their this isn't a sponsored
no
episode,
sponsorship, not yet. But Discount Tire and Peebles.
They have their warranty program on their tires, about $46. And so they're going to get a brand new tire on that thing, almost no problem. So
one of these days, Discount Tire, y'all will sponsor us. I'm speaking into existence.
There we go.
But man, let's get straight to it, man. We'll talk about Philly first.
Okay, go for it.
Did you watch that game?
Yeah, I watched you guys. How are you feeling about it?
It's funny. At first, I was thinking, and you saw I put in the notes. I was like, ugly win. And then I retracted that. I won't call it an ugly win. I'll call it a slow start. You already know where I'm at with the slow starts, right? Offensively, man, we have got to figure out a way to put points on the board quicker, sooner, especially now because we have a slate of good teams we're going up against. I feel good. I'll tell you right now, side note, with Washington, I'm feeling nervous about them because Jaden Daniels, he's playing hurt. He has broken ribs. He's playing hurt, right? I'm getting PTSD from RG3 days, man, because they had that man hurt and they still trotted him out there, and look what happened.
Right.
So if I'm Washington, man, listen. This is the first of many seasons for Jaden Daniels, hopefully, bro. Y'all can punt on this season if need be, if he just needs to sit and rest, all right? Like, it's okay.
Y'all have already overachieved in most people's eyes.
No, absolutely. Like, y'all are good. Don't trot that man out there if he's not 100%, man, because God forbid he gets cracked in the ribs one more time, bro. Who knows? Like legit, who knows? So, just a side note on that. But no, man, I feel great about our defense. Defense I think I'm confidently ready to say our defense is one of, if not the best defenses in the NFL. If I'm being honest, offensively, Saquon Barkley is amazing. I mean, you can't say enough great things about the guy. He's. It's crazy to say this, right? Because we got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, everybody on the field. Saquon Barkley is the best player on our team.
Oh yeah,
right. Like it's. Hey, thank you, New York. All right, I'm going to keep saying it. I might mess around and get a shirt saying it, man. Just thank you to the Giants.
Micah actually came out on his podcast and was talking about how bad that was.
I saw that. I
don't understand why that upset people.
What?
Why people, Cowboys, I saw a lot of Cowboys fans that were like mad.
Micah said that?
Yeah, but it's the truth. As a Cowboys fan, as a divisional rival, why would the Giants let y'all just sign Saquon like that?
Right.
That hurt. That is actively hurting his team, our team, their team. It's not like he wasn't speaking up for the Giants or like speaking highly of the Eagles. That's coming from a Cowboys perspective. That's like we don't want. How did y'all let that happen?
Right. No, I think. I mean, if anything, I wonder. I mean, is that the direction you felt like they were angry at, or do you feel like more so they're mad about the fact that? And I'm not saying I am, but a lot of people are getting on Micah about like even doing the podcast in the midst of a horrible season and all this and that. Like,
I literally saw people saying like, "Stop." I'm trying to think of a substitute word.
Stop fudging podcasting.
No. Stop meat riding the Eagles.
Okay.
Like get all like
yeah. Dude, I had somebody send me earlier today. They was like, "Oh, Michael wants to come to the Eagles so bad," and I was like,
he's quite literally said the exact opposite.
Right.
He's talked about how he grew up a Cowboys fan, how on draft day he wanted it to be the Cowboys, cried when he got drafted.
Yeah.
And he's came out, his brother, since he's been drafted, he's like never said, "Oh, I would never play for the Eagles." But his brothers came out and said they don't, like they grew up in Pennsylvania,
right?
And so they were not. They don't like the Eagles,
right?
Which I mean, if you grew up a Cowboys fan, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, no,
they're not supposed to like us. We're not supposed to like them,
right? And I'm gonna say this right now, and this is no disrespect to Michael Parsons or anything, but like he's good on us, we're good on him. Like we don't need each other. We don't need each other. I'm perfectly fine with the edge rate players we got.
Micah, I'll tell you this right now. If you want one way to be dead to me, is if you go put that green jersey on.
Go to Philly. Come to Philly. No, I don't anticipate that happening anytime soon. So everybody can hush up with that chatter. But no, man, getting back to the game, honestly, it's funny because like Jalen Hurts, he's had a good season. He hasn't played his best ball, and that's what everybody keeps talking about. And it's like, well, here's the difference between like last year and this year. This year, he's not playing his best ball, and we have you could say first, you could say second. We have a top 3 running back in the league, right? And we have a closer in Saquon Barkley, right? So that takes pressure off of Jalen Hurts. Another thing too is it's like, well, you know what, like AJ Brown. It's funny, AJ Brown, like he's not having like the best season. He also missed 3 games, right? Devontae Smith, like he's doing his thing for the most part. Dallas Goedert, all in all, like. We're still figuring it out offensively, like a little bit, right? Just in terms of balancing the pass game with the run game. Mm-hmm. And I mean, dude, hey, we're 9-10 games into the season, and if we're still like humming along, and we obviously have the run game going, and Saquon Barkley is having an All-Pro MVP season, then I have no choice but to feel like we're gonna figure it out offensively with the passing game. I feel like Jalen Hurts will slowly but surely start to get into a groove. I will say, like I said, we got a tough slate of games coming up. We got the Rams and the Ravens back to back. So those are going to be 2 tough games for us. But nah, I mean, honestly, all in all, I mean, adversity struck for us, and we answered the call. I've been the first to say, like, yeah, I love the fact that we respond to adversity. I'd like it if we didn't have to all the time, but that's where we're at. You always want to be able to respond rather than to wilter under adversity. So honestly, all in all, I'm feeling pretty good. Like I said, we got the Rams coming up, so hopefully we're locked in for that game. And like I said, one game at a time, 1 week at a time, just try to go 1-0 each week.
Right. I mean, I think it definitely was a statement win for you guys. Division wins are always going to be statement wins, but when it's the other top team in the division, goes a long way. So, I mean, y'all are in the exact position y'all want to be right now.
Yep.
Just need to keep building off these wins, keep building off the things y'all are doing well.
Right.
And like you said, I'm pretty sure, like you said, you started. The only thing y'all really aren't doing well right now is starting games off.
We're just not strong. Yeah, slow starts, which you've got to fix. We've got to fix. I'm gonna also say this too. Devontae Smith, he made some comments post game, And they resonated with me specifically because, I've been calling for, like, we just need to play a clean, concise game all 4 quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he literally came out and said, he was like, I'm just going to say it. Like, there's not going to be a perfect game. Like, he's like, there's never going to be a perfect game. He said, obviously, like, we're aiming to get as close to that as possible, but, like, no game is going to be perfect. And I was like, you know what? Smitty's right, man. Six is right. There is never going to be a quote-unquote perfect game. For me, I guess what it really just comes down to is, like you just said, the slow starts, right? Slow starts, Jalen being indecisive sometimes. We're trying to force things. Just us getting in our own way, self-inflicted wounds. That's what it comes down to for me, right? Like, just self-inflicted wounds. Nick Sirianni, not managing the game well, stuff like that. That stuff can be fixed. That stuff can be addressed. Mm-hmm. So in the end, I guess that's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm hoping gets cleaned up little by little, week by week. But Devontae Smith is right, man. There's not going to be a quote unquote perfect game, but as he said, like, you absolutely should be trying to play clean, concise, decisive football for 4 quarters. And I understand how hard that is in the NFL, right? I understand that, but I do appreciate where he's coming from, and I get it. So I'm gonna calm down on the, like, we need to be perfect, but we just got to clean up the self-inflicted wounds in the end. For me personally,
no, it makes sense for sure. I can agree with I could agree with that. You'd be very hard pressed to see a game where all 4 quarters everything just goes perfectly,
right?
So he's basically kind of saying, like,
relax.
Yeah, whatever your expectations. We're winning games. We're playing well for the majority of the game.
Right.
So just, take that with a grain of salt and let us build off that.
Right. No, absolutely. Now let's get to Monday night's game.
Mm-hmm. A repeat of the week before against y'all, just 2 completely separate games in the first half.
I didn't catch most of the first half.
And at this point, we're, like we said before, we're actively tanking and we're losing. But
yeah, y'all are putting, like, 3rd and 4th stringers in, like, halfway.
I will say, people were getting hurt.
Yeah, what you said last week about, like, just pulling guys now. Yeah, it's looking like that needs to happen.
Absolutely, because we're dealing our best players that we still have left.
Yeah.
Overshown got hurt against y'all at the end of the game. Yep. Tyler Smith got hurt at the end of this game. Zach Martin got hurt at the end of this game.
Dude, let me ask you about him. Is he, like, did you see that sack he gave up?
Oh, I said before earlier in one of our episodes.
You think he's done? Like, he's going to retire?
This was his last season anyway, but he had definitely regressed this year.
That was bad. I've never seen Zach Martin walk like that.
This has been his worst season as an NFL player.
So what do you think is more likely? Do you think he retires, or do you think he leaves Dallas?
I think he retires.
Yeah, he looks like he needs to retire.
Tyron Smith should have retired before leaving Dallas. I think he's given up one of the most sacks of left tackles this season.
We'll get into the Jets later.
Because New York football is definitely on the docket. But back to the Cowboys. Yeah, completely different game. But like I said, we are tanking, so I do want to lose. But with the biggest frustration coming from that game is how well the defense played in the first half. Mm-hmm. How well the defense has played in the first half of both games, honestly, because where was that defense when we did have when we had a quarterback and an offense that offense wasn't the best, but it's better than it was. I think if we got that type of defensive performance in the first half while Dak was our quarterback, we win. We have an infinite better chance of winning those games. I think in the Eagles game, I think with the turnovers we were able, like I said before, if we had the exact same outcomes, but Dak playing, it would have been a completely different game. And I just wish that we could have got the chance to see that. I mean, if you look at the Steelers game, it was a game our defense played a lot better in, a lot against a team that showed to be pretty well. Now I will say they've looked better with Russell Wilson than Justin Fields, but they were not a loser. They had only lost one game. They weren't
a bad football team.
They lost 3 games all season. I think 2 of those were with Justin Fields. One's been with Russ.
Yeah.
So it's like they were still a good team, and then their defense, our offense, their defense has been a great team, and our offense was able to show what we could do if our defense was able to get stops, create turnovers, keep us in the game.
Right.
And we just did not see that throughout the rest of the season. And now when the season is over, nothing to really play for, they're showing that. Like, what happened? I will say there were a lot of injuries. Micah was gone, DeMarcus was gone, but Micah's really the only one who's came. We're still dealing with just as many injuries besides Micah, which, I mean, obviously he's our best defensive player, so that's saying a lot. But
it's looking like Deron Bland ain't going to play a snap this year.
Yeah, to keep him out, I think we need keep Overshown on ice. Don't play Micah too hard. Like I get a lot of these guys want to play for stats because I was thinking
contracts and incentives and stuff,
stats like that. But we just do whatever y'all can to not get injured going into next season, and just build from there. And I think that we just obviously the tank is in full force, and we just need a complete overhaul. We need our coaching staff, both sides gone.
Okay. So I was about to ask, like, the way you're talking, like, do you want Mike Zimmer to come back now?
No, absolutely not. No. Because he had his chance to prove it and show a defense. Like, if our defense was kind of like showed this before, maybe, but now it's too late. I don't know what you did to like get that out of the defense in the first half that you did, but it's too late now.
Right.
So the complete overall on the coaching side, and then keep just hoping that draft pick gets better and better, and just use it. I want to get a top pick to get more draft capital. I think there's plenty of players in the draft that we don't need. There's nobody in the draft that we have to use a top pick. Like, we have to get this guy.
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of guys throughout the round of the draft to where we'll be fine if we use that pick to like get more capital, if that makes sense. So.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Now, obviously, you saw in the fourth quarter, frustration was starting to boil over. It seemed like the Cowboys and the Texans too. Like they didn't want to play football no more. They wanted to scrap. What do you say on that? Do you feel like, because to me personally, I feel like in the end that was just the Cowboys. Just like they are so the players, that is, right. They're just so like done with this season, and they're so upset about how things played out that they're just gonna haul off on anybody at this point. Do you feel like that too, or?
No, I feel like that was just
You felt like that was just an in-game moment?
Yeah. There was a lot of in-game moments. I know with both
they was looking sad on the sideline though too, man.
Yeah.
Like CD looks like done. Like like mentally checked out.
I feel like playing with Cooper Rush will do that to you.
Yeah, no, See, it's funny because like, God, I mean, you're probably not going to win a game. I mean, maybe you can win a game with Cooper Rush, but like, I mean, he was throwing a lot in the dirt, man.
Oh yeah, I think going forward, the only games we have,
because y'all play Jacksonville, right?
Yeah, we play. No, we don't play that. We play the Giants on Thanksgiving, and then we play the Panthers.
That's what
we have on our roster. Those are on our schedule. Those are the only two games I think we have a chance of winning.
Golly.
And even those, I think we have just as much chance of losing. The Panthers have won their last two.
Bryce Young is looking decent.
We're going to get to it,
He's looking decent.
The Giants are starting Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito. Is that Danny DeVito's cousin? I don't even know, bro.
No,
I know. I'm joking.
I was going to say that because I know that was like the big thing when he started last year.
They're starting Tommy DeVito, bro.
Tommy Cutlets is one
of
his names they've given him. I mean, I don't think he's terrible. I think he's just a backup guy.
I don't like how they did, and I mean we'll get into it in a little bit, but I understand why, because some Giants players came out and were frustrated by the way they did it. We'll get into that in a second, but let me ask something, because you just talked about it, like you want a huge sweeping overhaul in the coaching ranks in Dallas. Surely you saw the rumor mill.
Let's put that to bed. There's no chance Deion Sanders comes and coaches the Cowboys.
Now, did you see what Michael Irvin said?
I don't know why he said that. I'm like baffled because one, the stipulation of Deion coming is we draft Shador.
Yeah,
that is impossible.
That is impossible.
There's no way even if we were to tank, even if we had the number one overall pick, there is no way we use the number one overall pick to draft a quarterback, Shador Sanders when we have the highest paid quarterback with a no trade clause on our roster?
Oh, does Dak have a no trade clause?
Yes, whether you want Dak or not, he is not going anywhere.
Now let me ask you this, because Jerry Jones is responsible for like one of the craziest trades that happened in NFL history. Back then, the Herschel Walker trade.
Yeah.
So let's just go down this rabbit hole real quick. Let's say the Cowboys were to draft Shador and they trade Dak. I don't even know where, right? It'd have to be to the Raiders or the Giants or whoever, right? A quarterback needy team. You draft Shador, you trade Dak, and you get you have the first. Let's say you have y'all's number 1 overall pick. Let's say y'all get the 3rd or 4th pick. You have that pick, and then you also pick up whatever team's pick that you just trade Dak to. Do you honestly not see a scenario in which that could even be likely at all?
No.
You don't. Okay, so you don't. Okay.
Dak is not. He can't get traded
unless he wants to be traded.
It's one of those things where it's so improbable. It's impossible. There's no team
and you don't
that Dak would waive his no trade.
You don't think so, for real?
No. Why would he? There's not. He wouldn't be going to a better team, and he wouldn't be going to a more profitable team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you may feel like you need a fresh start. You may. I'm not saying Dak feels like that. I don't know. You just never know, man. Players want to leave teams for a lot of reasons.
I think there's no way that happens. Like I said, so improbable that it is impossible, because obviously anything is possible.
Yeah.
But on top of that, Deion Sanders has been very public about not wanting to coach in the NFL, very public about wanting to stay at Colorado. So I don't know.
You think Playmaker was just talking out the side of his neck with that one?
I'm actually a bit disappointed in him as a sports analyst. I think he's a player who does a bit. He's obviously at this point become a character of himself as a Cowboys fan on the broadcast. But I still think with what he does, he respects his integrity in the sense that he has an ear to the Cowboys.
Right.
So to say this, knowing it has no chance, is just you don't have to do that.
Yeah. Okay, so Nick's ex-nay on the Deion Sanders to Dallas land.
Absolutely no chance. Not to mention another thing is Deion Sanders loves that one thing that. Because we've talked about how Jerry has his hand in it. You're not gonna get complete. He has a say in things that go on.
Yes,
and there's nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely.
Somebody like Deion isn't gonna come play. It's different to play for him.
Yeah.
in that sense. But he's not gonna come and make him be his boss.
He don't share that with nobody.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
And with that being said, I also feel because the other name that came out was Bill Belichick.
I don't think that would work either.
I don't think so either because of what you just said.
I do think Bill Belichick would be one of the only people that Jerry would
hire.
Not that he would hire, that he would
consider.
release the rank. He'd step back.
You think Jerry would actually step back
a bit? He would be in terms
that'd be a sight to see.
I don't think. I don't think Bill Belichick would be hired.
Yeah,
so I think.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Arguably one of the greatest coaches ever, right? Riding off 6 Super Bowl wins.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense to take a step back and let that guy. I mean, a little bit. Bill Belichick's, end of the tenure in New England, that was weird what he was doing there, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Hiring Matt Patricia as the offensive coordinator, that's crazy. But I digress.
One more narrative I want to completely put to rest.
What else are they saying?
Cowboys fans, please, I am begging you, stop asking why we have not seen Trey Lance play.
Oh yeah,
he sucks. There's no way you can be a career 3rd string player. Not someone who was drafted as a 3rd string player. No. Someone who was drafted with the 3rd overall pick to be a starter and has been outplayed to be not a starter, not a backup, a 3rd string.
Yeah.
On a team with Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy, who's surpassed that, so he's not that. But Sam Darnold, who before this season,
and he's looking
also a player who was same as Trey Lance, picked high, career backup, and that's who Trey Lance lost out to in San Francisco. Now he's in Dallas. The same people are calling for Trey Lance think Dak sucks, so he couldn't beat out a guy y'all think sucks.
Right.
And Cooper Rush, y'all know he sucks and can't beat him out. He's not good. There's no upside to playing Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Neither one of him or Cooper Rush give us a chance to win games, which we don't want to do. We want to lose. So there's no upside into playing him because he's not going to lose worse. Like you can't, even if he loses by 50 and Cooper Rush loses by 30.
Right.
Both got the L, so that's irrelevant.
Got the L.
And there's a chance because he's a free agent after this year.
Yeah.
If he does not see the field, there's a slim chance that somebody out there is worse at their job than Jerry is, and still thinks there's some type of potential. And the fact that the 49ers used the third on him, the Cowboys gave up a fourth one, there might be something there.
Joe Shane of the Giants might come calling.
But if he sees the field, that goes out of the window. If he starts multiple games, he will be out of the league next year. I don't think people realize that's how bad he is. And I'm not even trying to exaggerate.
Yeah.
He's just not an NFL quarterback.
I feel like any Cowboys fans that are calling for Trey Lance, I feel like it's one of two things. One, in their mind, if Trey Lance comes in, he plays well, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe y'all. And again, I'm assuming these are the same folks that are in the camp of Dak sucks and he needs to go. So Trey Lance comes in to prove something, we can get rid of Dak, right? Or two, Trey Lance comes in because I don't know, maybe maybe they genuinely just think Trey Lance is better than Cooper Rush. Again, I don't know why they would think that. No evidence suggests that, but.
Even if you do think that, why would you want a better quarterback, slightly better quarterback to come in a position like this?
I think in the end, I think, like I said, I think either way, I think people are just trying to find any hope to cling on to.
The only argument I heard that it doesn't mean anything to me, but I could rationalize it, is it would be more exciting to see Cooper Rush lose than it would to be because
Trey
Lance lose, because if you watch those throws in the dirt are awful to watch, and so Trey Lance being able to run around the field and avoid sacks and stuff would be more exciting.
Right,
but I don't really care about
this. Isn't Madden, man.
Yeah,
this isn't Madden. Losing
is losing. I'm just there to see if there's any bright spots for people that will be on the team next year.
Right. Okay. Well, you addressed it earlier. Football in New York is in absolute turmoil right now,
and we are talking about the Giants, but it's the Jets.
It's the Jets. When you're sleeper teams.
Yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong. They are not. They are a sleeping team.
Yeah, no, they just fired former Philadelphia Eagle Joe Douglas, GM for them. Mm-hmm. Woody Johnson. Did you see the reports that came out about Woody Johnson and Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, did he say he
wanted to bench him after the fourth game?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, it is a joke,
right,
in New York City for the Jets. And I mean, you talk about the Giants. I mean,
we knew they were bad.
The Giants, they've been bad. The Giants decided to bench Daniel Jones, and they not only benched him, they slid him to the third string spot. And what's even crazier is, now I think the Giants are doing this for the same reason, or really probably why the Cowboys are playing Cooper Rush, right? And I think they're playing Tommy DeVito. I think they're playing him over Drew Lock so they can get the best pick possible. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's happening. I don't know if you saw, but the reports came out that Giants players are upset about how that went down. Mm-hmm. Dexter Lawrence, all-pro D tackle for them.
He's having an insane season.
He came out and he said Daniel Jones is QB1. Like, I don't know why. He's our best quarterback on the roster. I don't know why he's not playing.
That's the truth.
And I guess he's the he's the best you got. But
Well, he's the best QB on the roster. But
right. Like on one hand, I'm here for guys sticking up for their teammates. On the other hand, I'm like,
well, I look at it as it's always been a notion that like tanking is a front office thing.
yeah,
The players don't really agree with that.
No,
so
because I mean they're the ones out there putting their bodies on the line every Sunday.
So if in like Dexter Lawrence's case, even if it's like sticking by your guy at the same time, he is the best quarterback on the roster. He does give them the best chance to win, even if they don't have a chance to win.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It's also like, because remember, this is also a money thing for the Giants, because if Daniel Jones, because they can cut him after this, and as long as he doesn't get hurt, they don't lose that much money financially. So obviously, I mean, it's Russell Wilson all over again.
I'm just trying to protect him, make sure he doesn't get hurt.
It's literally Russell Wilson all over again. So yeah, I mean, it's looking bad in Giants football right now. In Giants football and just football in New York, football in New York City is not a thing right now.
Yes.
All right. The best hope they got are the Knicks. And I mean, we'll see. Maybe the Knicks can do something.
Yankees just went to the World Series.
Oh, you're so right. Yeah, I don't watch baseball. I
don't either. I just know they were in the World Series.
I don't watch baseball. But you know what? No, we'll do this right now because like we're on the topic of New York football. Speaking of the Giants, their 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback is up for the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask you point blank. In your opinion, should Eli Manning be a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Why?
He won 2 Super Bowls. Most people barely win 1.
Is that the end of your reasoning? Yes. See, oh God, here's my thing, bro. Like,
and he was a top 10 quarterback in the league while doing
it. You're saying those 2 seasons he won the Super Bowl?
In his, I think throughout his career, he was a.
I would not call Eli Manning a top 10 quarterback. I call him maybe a top 20.
Let's see, you got
Eli Manning led the league in interceptions 3 times.
Yeah, that's bad. But I think you got Peyton Manning, Tom Brady,
his regular season record.
Phillip Rivers.
Me personally, I think Phillip Rivers was a better quarterback than Eli Manning.
Yeah, I'm naming guys that I think are better than him of that time period.
And you know what? And I'm gonna say this right now. I'll be honest. Eli Manning lost all respect for me when he pulled that boy cry wolf move on draft day. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, when they told him don't draft him.
He's the reason Phillip Rivers ended up a Charger.
Yeah, I don't really.
I didn't like that, but
I don't have an opinion, like a negative opinion on that. They're basically saying like that's what Deion and Shedeur are going to do, like depending on where teams draft him.
I don't like that either. I just, I mean, we can get to that later, but I'm sorry, dog. I'll be honest with you. I think Eli Manning just happened to be the quarterback on 2 of the. I can't think of another word, so I'm going to say 2 of the luckiest teams in NFL history. They somehow, some way got the David Tyree catch, and then they played the 16-0 Patriots, and for whatever reason, the Patriots just could not figure it out with Randy Moss that day. Eli Manning, like I said, he led the league in interceptions 3 separate times. His regular season record, it's middle of the pack. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I know it's middle of the pack. I truly do not believe Eli Manning was an elite player when he was in the league. I truly don't. He's going to get in because of his name, and he's going to get in because he has 2 Super Bowl wins over Tom Brady. He's going to get in. But me personally, I do not think Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry.
I think he would be the only multiple-time Super Bowl winning quarterback that wasn't in.
Yeah, you're probably right. In my book,
because I think winning a Super Bowl is just so hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a person who gives the quarterback credit for that, but I think the way that the league works and the Hall of Fame works, a multiple time Super Bowl winning quarterback is gonna get in.
People are talking about Matthew Stafford as a Hall of Famer now, which I don't know about that, but
well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but
it's not for us to decide. It's a
crapshoot. Yeah,
there's other factors that go into it. I think.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
I mean, like I said, like when you asked me, is that the sole reason? I think that is like the sole reason. Now, you also say it because of his name. Yeah, I think that adds to it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the Super Bowls are pretty much the only thing he has to bank on. But it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I don't think Eli Manning was an elite player. I don't think he deserves to be in that fraternity. That's just me. Yeah, I'm sorry, dog. I don't think Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer.
Maybe they should wait a while.
They're not gonna wait a while. Did you see the list that came out?
No, I didn't.
Who's on there? Eli's on there. Earl Thomas is on there. Luke Kuechly's on there.
For Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Wait. For who? Who you making that face?
I don't think.
You don't think Luke Kuechly?
I think he was really, really good, but they were
no, dog. Luke Kuechly was the best linebacker in the game for like a good 7-8 years. Patrick Willis made the Hall of Fame. He only played like what 9-10 years.
I think.
You think Patrick Willis was a Hall of Famer? I'm gonna say absolutely. And he didn't even win a Super Bowl. See, actually, that's the point right there, right? Look, Eli played what, like 12, 13 years in the league. I mean, aside from the 2 Super Bowls, bro, what did he do? Honestly, what did he do? You look at guys like Patrick Willis, Luke Kuechly. They may not play in the league for like a long, long time, but dog, they were so dominant at their respective positions when they were in the league. I mean, shoot, is Marshawn Lynch a Hall of Famer to you? No to beast mode?
No. Actually.
Yeah, see now one Super Bowl ring.
It should have been 2.
So yes, it should have been 2. Pete Carroll, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't give him the ball right there. I would say yes, actually, Marshawn Lynch is.
Yeah. No, I think Luke Kuechly,
because I know Patrick Willis won like Defensive Player of the Year and all that.
Dude, Luke Kuechly, I'm telling you,
I know he was good. I know he was okay. He got a Defensive Player of the Year.
Luke Kuechly was the best linebacker in the game for a good 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years, bro. Legit. The only thing that slowed him down was injuries towards the end a little bit. That was it. Luke Kuechly was him. He was him.
I want to pull up the list.
You got to think about it, too. You know, Carolina back then, man, they had Cam Newton in his prime, Luke Kuechly. Who else they have? They had Christian McCaffrey for a short stretch. Isn't that crazy? The Panthers. How you go from that to what they had now, man? That's crazy.
Fred, I see.
You putting up the list right now?
Yeah.
I know I missed a few guys, but
Eric Allen, cornerback, he played for the Eagles, Saints, Raiders. Yep. Jared Allen, DN.
Yeah, for the Vikings.
Yeah, Willie Anderson. He was a tackle.
Bengals, right?
He was a tackle. Anquan Bolden. I don't know.
You know what? Anquan Bolden, like early in his career, he was a dog. I will admit.
I just want to see what his numbers kind of look like. Yeah, because we were young when he was like.
Yeah, I remember
his name.
I just remember him on the was it the 49ers?
He played for the Cardinals, Ravens, 49ers, and then Lions.
He played for the Ravens. Yeah, that's right. I was like, he played for the Ravens and the 49ers.
As receiver, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He played for 13 years and had 7,000-yard seasons.
7,000, okay.
Yeah, had 1 double-digit touchdown season. His career, he has 13,000.
Oh, I think Antonio Gates is up in the Hall of Fame. He definitely is Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Top 5 tight end all time.
James Harrison. Rodney Harrison,
Ooh.
Torrey Holt, Steve Smith Sr., yeah.
Yeah.
Terrell Suggs, yeah. Fred Taylor, yeah. Adam Vinatieri, yeah. Hines Ward, yeah. Reggie Wayne, absolutely. He wasn't before?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I didn't know that.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Darren Woodson, absolutely.
Former Cowboy.
Marshall Yonda.
Yeah, for, all pro guard for the Ravens.
Literally, yeah. It's a pretty deep class.
Yeah. I just don't think Eli deserves it.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing though, because his first ballot is when you go in as soon as you're eligible. And this is the first year he's eligible.
Yes.
Yeah, make him wait a few years.
Like all those other guys you just listed off, they were dominant at their positions, bro.
Right.
I will never say Eli Manning was a dominant quarterback. I'm sorry. You won't even get you. I'm sorry. If I'm feeling nice, I'll say Eli Manning was a decent quarterback. If I'm feeling nice. All right, so I
want to see some of his personal accolades if he has any.
I mean, probably. I think he has like a few Pro Bowls. Again, he led the league in interceptions 3 times.
So it's 2-time Super Bowl, obviously 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has like no accolades.
I'm telling you,
4-time Pro Bowler, Walter Payton Man of the Year, and then everything else is either in college or like New York Giants, number 10 retired, New York Giants Ring of Honor,
3-time league leader in interceptions. I'm sorry. Yeah,
he has the NFL record for longest touchdown pass. Let's see if he ever led the league in anything else.
Other than interceptions?
Oh, yeah, other than interceptions.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Jesus Christ. The years he led were 20 interceptions, 25 interceptions, and 27 interceptions. And he only had 18 touchdowns that season. At least the 25 interceptions, he had 31 touchdowns to offset
So he almost pulled a Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
This is y'all's guy?
And then the year he won the Super Bowl, he threw 29 touchdowns to 16 interceptions.
What's his regular season record overall in his career?
117 and 117.
Bro, what did I 500? He's literally 500.
That's funny.
He's literally 500. Come on, man. I'm sorry. Eli Manning is not a Hall of Famer, bro. I'm sorry.
How many winning seasons does he have? He played from 2004 to 2019, so 15 seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he has a lot. 5, 6, 7. 7 winning seasons.
Not a Hall of Famer.
And because you can't count his rookie year. Only started 7 games, but they were 1-6. And then his last season,
he got benched.
He only played 4 games, but they were 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
But he had plenty of seasons: 5-11, 3-12, 6-10, 8-8, 8-8.
Not a Hall of Famer in my book. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Okay. Getting back to relevant football, I wanted to ask you. Actually, you know what? We'll pivot because we're on the topic of MVP quarterbacks. Although the guy we're about to talk about, he actually is an MVP quarterback 2 times. He's going for his 3-peat. I wanted to revisit Lamar's MVP campaign, man. I looked at his numbers. Lando, he has 25 touchdowns and 3 interceptions right now. Mm-hmm. And he's second in the league in passing yards. Mm-hmm. I think Lamar Jackson's MVP right now.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
But like, it's crazy because like his numbers right now destroy his numbers. Like he literally has more passing touchdowns this year right now than he did last year.
Yes, that's why I don't think he deserved last year's MVP.
Okay,
this year
I think it's him, bro.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't disagree at all.
I think it's him.
Because even like going into before our last episode, we said if it was Derrick Henry, and if it wasn't Derrick Henry, it was Lamar
Jackson. Yeah,
but I think what he's doing, he is driving. He is the driving force behind that team. So I would say it is Lamar.
And statistically, he's on pace to have his best passing season. Mm-hmm. No, it's absolutely Lamar Jackson. He's the best player in football right now. Like, To me, like right now, it's Lamar Jackson.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm not. No slight to Patrick Mahomes. All right, let me just say it right now. We all know what that man's capable of, and I mean Lamar Jackson. He's going to prove it come playoff time because you're going to have to see him. You're going to have to see him. Speaking of Patrick Mahomes, real quick. I mean, I know you saw Buffalo hand Kansas City their first loss.
First loss of the season.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean the Bills. That was another team I was wrong about. I was in the wrong way. I thought they were going to be not that good this season. They've been one of the best teams in the NFL, and I think that was a game that obviously we just agreed Lamar Jackson is the MVP, but that was a game that put Josh Allen in the conversation, especially winning it that way. He did
he outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He flat out outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
So if he wants to keep his name in that conversation, he
just keep doing what you're doing, Josh.
Keep doing what he did in that game.
Yep.
I mean, that would be a testament to how good he is.
That game-winning touchdown run was crazy.
Absolutely.
I mean, what else did I say, man? Josh Allen, heck of an athlete. That's all I got to say about that. But okay, we're talking about Kansas City. We're talking about Baltimore. We're talking about Buffalo. Who do you have right now as your top 5 teams in the league?
The Lions.
Okay, is this in order?
Yeah, I can go in order.
Okay.
The Lions, the Ravens.
Okay.
The Chiefs, I guess. I would still have them third. I know they just lost.
Yeah.
But it was their first loss of the season. The Eagles.
Okay.
And then the Bills.
Yeah. I think that's...
I think a team that is flying under everybody's radar right now, even though their record shows that shouldn't be, is the Chargers. They only have 3 losses this season.
I told you. That was one of my sleeper teams too.
I feel like they're definitely doing very well right now. I would have the Chargers over the Vikings right now.
Oh, absolutely. No. The Chargers are a sleeper team in the AFC, and the thing is, Jim Harbaugh, man, I'm telling you, that man knows what he's doing, bro. That man knows what he's doing. So I'm right there with you. I think they might be, for me, the Chargers and Steelers, man, they're right there at 6 and 7 for me in terms of top teams in the league. But for me personally, I think number 1, I'll probably say, I guess I'll say Detroit. Number 2, I'll say Baltimore. Number 3, I'll say us. I'll say Philly. Number 4, I say Buffalo. Number 5, I say Kansas City. 6, I'll put the Steelers. Then 7, I'll put the Chargers. Golly, yeah, Kansas City. I mean, again, until proven otherwise, as long as Patrick Mahomes stays healthy, they have a shot every year.
Exactly.
So they're going to stay in that top 5 every time. Josh Allen, he's so far having the best statistical career of his season of his career. Excuse me, in terms of not turning the ball over and whatnot. He only has a few turnovers on the season. Baltimore, we just spoke about it. They got the 2 MVP front runners in Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Us, obviously we're starting to find our rhythm. We got an MVP candidate in Saquon Barkley. Detroit, I mean, obviously they've looked the best for them. They've
been the most consistent.
Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, they've just been the most consistent team all year. Jared Goff bounced back from that 5 interception game to throw a 4 touchdown game. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I think they got the best offensive coordinator in the game right now. Pittsburgh, they're humming along with Russell Wilson. Their offense is getting unlocked with Mike Williams added to the mix. They already got a great defense. And, we just talked about it with the Chargers, man. They got a young franchise guy in Justin Herbert, and they got a coach that knows what he's doing and knows how to coach winning football in Jim Harbaugh, man. No, Justin Herbert doesn't have a flashy wide receiver, but when I tell you he's throwing guys open, Lad McConkey, he's like third in the league for like rookie receiving yards. So yeah, like he definitely has a target in Lad. Quentin Johnston, their number 1 draft pick from last year, he's looked like he's finally showing up, ready to play. Defense, they've always had good players on defense. It was just a matter of scheming because Brandon Staley didn't know what he was doing. So yeah, for me, those are the top 7 teams right now. For us in Philly, man, we play Baltimore in 2 weeks. We play Baltimore in 2 weeks, so that might very well be the game of the year. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Birds of the Rodeo. I'm Eric, your residential Eagles fan.
I'm Orlando, the resident Cowboys fan.
And this is Birds at the Rodeo, man. Please like, comment, subscribe. As Lando always says, hit that notification bell on YouTube.
Got to know when we post, man.
Yes, sir. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, whatever you call it.
His mama named it Twitter. I'm going to call it Twitter.
Famous Muhammad Ali reference. If you don't know, look it up. Yeah, man. You can find us anywhere you can find podcasts. We're available everywhere, so there's literally no excuses.
Y'all, nope, none at all.
None at all. We will catch y'all next week on a holiday week.
Yep, Thanksgiving. Y'all spend that time with y'all's families. Eat some good food.
Yep.
Help everybody. Wish everybody the best.
Yep.
Hope y'all have a great holiday.
What's your favorite holiday main course?
This is going to be this might be the craziest thing.
I don't think so. What do you want to say?
Cranberry sauce.
That's your, wait, hold on. But like main course though, like the main meal.
My cranberry sauce. You think I'm not asking anybody in my family?
I'm talking about like
the main thing on my plate on Thanksgiving is cranberry sauce.
So not turkey, not ham.
I get turkey, I get ham, but I come to Thanksgiving for the cranberry sauce.
Are you a turkey or ham guy? I'm a ham guy.
They're equal because my dad he deep fries our turkey.
Okay,
and it's like really good. So I probably would be ham, but we go buy the ham
from somewhere.
It's already made.
Yeah.
So it is good, but I feel like the home the spin he puts on the turkey kind of like evens it out. So the turkey's really good. So I like both.
I like turkey, but I like ham better. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I can understand that. Is that your favorite dish?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, hands down, ham, 1,000%.
No, that honey baked ham is pretty good.
It is.
I just get sick of it. My family's the type because we get the big old honey baked ham. My mom has always been make some ham sandwiches a week after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, leftovers can only be leftovers for like a day or two. It's
December 3rd, and I'm eating a ham and cheese sandwich with Thanksgiving ham. I was grateful though.
That's funny. Funny.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoy your holidays.
Yeah.
Spend that time with your loved ones.
Yep. And we will see y'all next week. Like Lando said, eat some good food. Enjoy the turkey. Enjoy the football. Enjoy the Black Friday deals. Enjoy the frantic Christmas shopping that's going to start. Enjoy the frantic Christmas decorating that's going to start.
Yep.
And all that fun jazz. But until then, we're signing off now. So. Adios.
Later.
Jamal with a stroke of genius.